American Idol winner and judge Carrie Underwood is detailing a terrifying encounter she had on her beloved farm. She has had so much fun on her farm and has so many incredible animals, but what happened to chill her to the core? Keep reading for more details. Carrie Underwood details terrifying farm encounter. Aside from her career and her family, former American Idol winner Carrie Underwood takes pride in her farm. She recently had a lamb born during the season 23 finale, which she appropriately named Jamal Roberts, after this year's winner. Not everyone felt it was a compliment, but she has since given updates on her baby, and he has grown so much. This is her love and sanctuary, but recently, the superstar had a terrifying encounter on her very own farm. Kelly Clarkson has shared nightmare moments at her Montana ranch, but what happened to Carrie to shake her to the core? As it turns out, Carrie was greeted by a dangerous black widow spider, who was weaving a web in the trees. She asked her followers if they saw what she did. It's not enough that she needs to protect herself, but also her two boys, Isaiah and Jacob. Furthermore, she has a whole farm to tend to, plus vegetables, so any threats are serious and scary. Now, this spider will not likely kill humans, but can make them brutally ill, as the deadly poison is said to be 15 times stronger than rattlesnake venom. It did not appear that the Season 4 American Idol winner was fazed by the deadly spider. If she were, Carrie Underwood would likely not have gotten as close to it as she did. She inched her way toward it so she could snap the photo. Carrie then proceeded to share it on social media with her followers, who love watching her adventures. They adore her down-home lifestyle and how humble she is when she is tending to it. A regular gal. American Idol fans adore how Carrie Underwood is just a regular girl. She knits her own clothes, which she proudly shows off. Carrie made herself a tomato top that she put on display, and she wore it beautifully. Moreover, she and her husband, Mike Fisher, go on average family vacations, yet he is extremely supportive of her. After seeing how she lives, fans and followers have nothing but praise for Carrie. Imagine hating Carrie Underwood and she's just at home crocheting a tomato top. Weary face with tears of joy red heart, only Carrie Underwood would still look stunning in a crocheted tomato top. Smiling face with heart eyes, who knew you needed a tomato top? I know now. Tomato. They love how she is authentically herself and makes no apologies. Moreover, she is fearless in the face of spider danger, which is even more impressive. What would you have done had you seen this spider right in front of you? Would you have been like Carrie Underwood and snapped a photo, or run away? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Here's an original, long-form creative feature inspired by the prompt. It's written as a narrative magazine piece with scene work, dialogue, and a reflective arc. The night the fields listened, Carrie Underwood's terrifying farm encounter. The storm came in sheets, like a curtain someone couldn't quite decide to open or close. Carrie stood at the screen door with a mug of lukewarm coffee, watching lightning stitch white veins through the clouds over the pasture. The color of the sky looked wrong, too green, like bruise water, and out in the far field the maras moved as one, turning their distant heads in that eerie, synchronized way animals do when the air changes before humans notice. Radar's ugly, Mike called from the mudroom. He was shoulder-deep in the anarchy of boots and raincoats, fishing for matching pairs. The boys had been asleep 30 minutes, the golden time when a house inhales and finally lets itself breathe. How ugly? Carrie asked. Ugly enough that your phone's going to holler any minute. He came to the door and pressed a hand to her shoulder. You sure you want to mess with the barn in this? They'll be fine until it passes. But Carrie already had the flashlight in her pocket, her hair braided away from her face. I promised I'd check on Jewel, she said. She's bagging up early. If she's starting tonight, she shouldn't be alone. He knew the script as well as she did. He kissed her temple. I'll grab the halters. They stepped into rain that didn't fall so much as fling itself sideways, stinging their cheeks, soaking them in an instant. The path from the house to the big barn ran alongside a fence line where honeysuckle used to crawl before the goats found it. Tonight the honeysuckle was flattened and dark, and the goats were silent, a silence that felt like a thought. Carrie counted with her eyes. Lightning. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. Thunder. 4 seconds. Close, she muttered, and the word tumbled into the wet night like a pebble into a river. Halfway to the barn, the buzz hit her. It hummed up the fence posts into her fingers, a low-grade electricity that lived in the air itself. She'd grown up on Oklahoma skies and knew the feeling that came before a funnel dropped, a classroom of cicadas going mute, pressure kneeling on the fields, the impression of the whole world taking a breath and holding it. She tried the barn door. It fought her, stuck by swollen wood. She set her shoulder against it and shoved. Inside, the barn exhaled the smell of sweet hay and old leather, of horses and damp earth and the clean knife edge of storm ozone. They flicked on the aisle lights. Bleary yellow bulbs blinked awake, uncertain, then held. The dozen stalls were a living chorus of shuffles and snorts and the soft clank of metal rings nudging metal doors. Jewel stood 3 stalls down, watching them with the deep, fathomless attention of a mare about to do the oldest work in the world. "She's restless," Carrie said. Jewel's chocolate coat glowed slick in the light. A line of sweat already glistened along her neck. When Carrie slid open the door and went in, the mare turned once in a tight circle, then pressed her forehead against Carrie's shoulder. "That's a girl," Carrie murmured. "You go at your own pace. We're here." Somewhere out in the storm, a siren started its lonely wail, one of those new sirens that was more a mournful horn than the old air raid scream. Mike glanced at the ceiling like he could see the sky through the rafters. "Tornado warning," he said. "Cell's right on us." "I know." Carrie stroked Jewel's face. "We have time." The world brightened then, not lightning but electricity. The aisle lights hiccuped, went too bright, and died with a pop. The barn rolled into darkness, complete and immediate, as if a hand had closed around it. For a heartbeat, nothing moved. Then a horse kicked in startlement, a metal bucket clanged, somewhere a goat bleated the short, undecided bleat of dream interrupted. Mike's flashlight beam found the aisle and wobbled. "Generator," he said, and took 2 steps before Jewel grunted low and long, a sound that made both of them pause. "Oh," Carrie breathed. "She's starting." In the dark, there were maps her hands knew without light. She handed Mike the flashlight and moved to Jewel's hindquarters, squinting in the wobble of light. "Come on, baby," she whispered. "You know what to do."